against the Portland Trailblazers. And yeah, man, we almost done through the whole season, man. Almost done. We gotta do February, March, and April. So once we go through February, man, we already know we got 2 more months to go ahead and do. So once we reach that, though, once we reach March, man, it's gonna be on
10 more minutes, then you can go. 10 minutes, all right. About maintenance. Take me in 10 years.
2K, 17. Once we reach the February.
Back, huh?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Portland Trailblazers going up against the Detroit Pistons. This Detroit group has been getting things done. Over the first half of the season, we've gotten a good sense of what this team is capable of. When they're on, which they have been consistently, they are an excellent unit. One player to watch in this one is C.J. McCollum, coming off a year where he won the Most Improved Player award, Kenny. What was the big change in his game?
Well, the big change is the first time he got an opportunity to play for consistent minutes. You know, I thought he always had ability, just didn't get the opportunity. The injuries held him back early in his career. But his shooting percentages have been very solid since he came into the league, Ernie.
What do you think, Shaq?
Ernie, a couple years ago, you would have said McCollum. I would have asked you who he played for. But now he's just playing and playing with more confidence. Plus, Ernie, when you can shoot like him, confidence is what takes your game to the next level.
Time to get to Kevin Harlan as he gets ready to call this one. Here comes the opening tip.
The Pistons continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. Back to the road tomorrow, as this is the final game of the Trailblazer homestand. It's an opportunity for them to play in a heated matchup like this, to play your best basketball. These are the games, guys, that show how well you match up against the other great teams in the league.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they had plenty of doubters before the season started, but I can't imagine there's anybody out there that's taking them lightly anymore.
Well, how could you? They're a team that's actually feared at this point, and that is legit. They go into every single game, no matter who's the opponent, and they expect to win.
You look up and down both these rosters, and these are incredible athletes on both sides.
So we expect, Kevin, that we're going to get some great highlight plays out in transition here, and you're going to see the court shrink up a little bit for some of the offensive players.
How about the most athletic guy you ever faced?
John Barry? No, I'm kidding, Kevin. I'm kidding.
You like that answer, though, yeah. If he's listening, I'm sure he is.
Yeah, he does.
Jordan, LeBron.
Most athletic player I ever faced was Kobe Bryant in his prime.
I like that answer. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, Caldwell, Pope, and Harris. Andre Drummond is out there with John Lue. And it's Jackson at the point guard position. Now here's McCollum. Outside Turner. It's McCollum on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. Leonard the pass to Turner. 5 to shoot. Plumlee with the screen. A 3 from McCollum. Unable to get that one. And it's Detroit the other way. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, the point's not hard to come by for them, that's for sure. I'd have surrendered too if I was trying to defend against that potent attack.
Detroit on D. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
An East-West showdown. Only one of 2 games between these squads.
That adds a little extra emphasis to this first matchup, in my opinion, with each team wanting to grab the win and have a chance to sweep the season series the next time they see each other.
first free throw is good. And Brent, you played at Oregon State in Corvallis a couple hours away. What was your experience like living around here?
Well, pretty amazing to watch the Trailblazers while I was a collegiate player, Kevin, and to see the likes of Clyde Drexler, Terry Porter, Kevin Duckworth, Buck Williams, an amazing group that made some deep runs into the playoffs, even appearing in the finals against the Pistons. And embracing his role as the Blazers' foundation moving forward, Damian Lillard has the skill and the character to take that role. He's a lead by example type of guy, but he's got a quiet confidence and he's inclusive of his teammates. That's what makes him special.
And he nails the third. And Brett, when you look at Damian Lillard, does he remind you of former Finals MVP Chauncey Billups? Even just a bit.
I don't know if that's a good comparison just in terms of the physical presence that Chauncey was, but in terms of leading a team and having a commanding presence, boy, Damian Lillard, one of the finer ones in the league.
Here's Lillard following the score by Reggie Jackson. Lillard outside. Left side, Turner. Plumlee with the screen. Turner dishes to Plumlee. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
He's not the biggest scoring threat. Plumlee does have the size and athleticism to cause defenders some problems down there.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Drummond. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Excellent use of the fundamental bounce pass. Totally in rhythm.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw good, Drummond. And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. I agree, that team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. And that team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the Bad Boys era. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit. I don't know, maybe they're still working out the kinks on D because that clearly was a breakdown.
Isn't that a rock and roll band? They need to be up in his jersey. It'd be a bad idea to let him get going and get hot early like that.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Detroit. Fires the three. Goes back up. Leonard backed in off the glass. Leonard's got his first bucket in this one.
Well, he can be a good finisher at times in the paint. Leonard with the size and length to do more of this.
And Drummond kicks to Lillard. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Lakers.
Well, he also chipped in on the glass. He was a force to be reckoned with, and that made a big difference.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by Lillard. The Pistons have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And Lure gets it to go. Lure's got 6.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
That they did, and he's the one guy on D you can't leave alone, or he's going to get to the bucket over and over. Just torch from there.
Shoots from 12, and it's Leonard missing. The Pistons have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Caldwell Pope kicks to Lure. Goes up the baseline. He can't hit that time. And it's Portland the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Yeah, their defense got sliced and diced in that game. They just weren't closing down on perimeter shooters, not nearly quick enough. And then they gave up their fair share of those point-blank shots on the interior as well.
And maybe you can get away with defending one of those areas weakly, but if you're too soft on the inside and slow to react and close out on the perimeter game, that's not a game you're going to win.
Here's Lillard. After the made shot from Andre Drummond. goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Man, at the point guard position, are you kidding me? Explosive scoring ability. And body control. That results in a bucket and a free throw.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Azili's checked in for Plumlee. Davis comes in for Myers-Leonard. Al Farouk Aminu. He's checked in for Turner. And it's Alan Crabb in for C.J. McCollum. The free throw drops for Lillard.
Well, if there's a Rubik's Cube of scoring in the league, Lillard has figured it out, including getting to the free throw line.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Harris kicks to Young. And stolen by Crabb. With the teardrop, yep, it counts. Harris outside. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in.
Good defensive effort from Lillard there. He has the athleticism to play lockdown deep.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Trailblazers lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back at the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys. What do you think they're doing or not doing?
It's been about the effort. Love the hustle they've shown here in the first.
Second chance points are wild cards. You never know when you're going to get them, and they always seem to affect the outcome of the game.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor for Detroit, Harris. He's in at the point. Marcus Morris is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Johnson, and it's Young in at the 2. The Brett, they say, great offense beats great defense. It certainly is a tall task trying to stop the greats from scoring in this game. What is tougher from a defensive standpoint than to stop a great player? It just seems like there's so many different options and different ways a team or an individual can play.
Defenses have to have the ability, Kevin, to make reads and get on the same page with regards to stopping the greatest players in the game. One player can't do it, so oftentimes we're talking about committing 2 defenders. What can the 3 guys on the back line of defense do against some of the game's greatest, and how is it that they can move on the string, read one another, and reassemble themselves within a possession? That is a tremendous skill that needs to be practiced, honed, and that's where great defenses gain confidence.
Well, I think communication probably is the priority when you begin that process.
It always starts with the talking, and that's where you see some of the greatest defenses have guys on the back line, the bigs pointing in certain directions, making sure they're directing traffic to make sure the problem areas on any possession are covered.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, people forget Festus Ezeli was also a first-round pick of the Warriors a few years ago. But he was an academic prodigy growing up. He skipped kindergarten and the 5th and 6th grades. He had plans of becoming a doctor. But when he started playing basketball, he found himself behind the curve. He said, here I am as a 15-year-old kid, and I can't shoot a layup. But guys, he's brought that same work ethic from the classroom to the hardwood. It's improved year after year.
He is a presence, DA. Thanks. Now, here's Aminu. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Davis sets a screen. McCollum dishes to Crabb. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I have no clue what happened with the defense there, but they should be thanking their lucky stars that somehow he bricked that golden opportunity.
Again, the miss by the Pistons. Portland leading by 8.
And Al-Farouq Aminu, definitely a fit with this Blazer team as they move towards the younger players. He is just 26 years of age. He is a high-energy glue guy and has proven his worth at that position.
If you look at Aminu, he brings some versatility. He can play the 3, but he also can step over to the 4 spot if needed.
Oh, yeah, he can rebound and block shots like a power forward at times, and he can defend inside and on the perimeter. What a switchblade for their coaching staff.
The Pistons shooting their second and third free throws tonight. And the first one at the line is good. A different look here for Detroit. Drummond's checked in for Morris. Harris comes in for Young. And Levins is subbed in for Harris. The second, so he makes them both. Well, the Serbian import Marjanovic showing last season he could be an impact player, Brent, offensively.
Well, his 7'3" height gives him just a massive advantage inside, so he barely has to jump to dunk. He's got massive hands to control that soft touch hook shot, and he's also a pretty good offensive rebounder.
Here's Smith following the basket by C.J. McCollum. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut back down again to 6 with the basket from Smith. Pass to Aminu. Up top is Ely. Pass to Davis. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And for a long time, the word on Ed Davis was that he had a center's game and a power forward's body. Brett, as he's added muscle, he's a pretty good fit in the middle.
Well, he can block shots and he can get some steals, and he's really upped his rebounding over the last few seasons. He gets it done on both ends, Kevin, and if you look at the numbers, he's one of the more effective centers in the league.
First free throw is good.
A 5-star recruit coming out of high school, Davis still trying to gain the consistency he needs to fulfill his potential.
Turner's checked in for Graham. And Detroit with a change here, too. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, Ed Davis had a father who played in the NBA for 10 years. That does not mean that he did not work hard to get to this position. Bounced around early on in his career and buried in Memphis despite putting up good numbers when he had the chance. Nice to see him flourish in Portland. Well, the defense ready for him there in prevent mode, making sure that he didn't get a clean look at that layup.
Here's Azili. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Pistons trail by 8. Harris passes to Levins. Over in the corner, Caldwell Pope. And a miss there on the triple. And the Blazers signing Davis for 3 years and $20 million going into last season. Brent, that was a great pickup.
Well, he's pretty stoked to be in Portland. The coach trusts him and the values of his game, and he's a good teammate. He also loves some good food, Kevin. He's like you. Portland certainly has that.
Again, McCollum missing. Pistons have gone only 2 of 7 for the field since the second quarter got underway. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Caldwell Pope.
Simply taking advantage there of the defense. An easy look from 3.
McCollum kicks to Turner. From the line. And off the prime. And in it goes. Turner's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Turner against Smith. Right through the knee for the layup.
Not phased at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
Well, if he was wearing a badge, it'd be one of courage. He rose up and actually took that shot.
With 1 on the clock. And
My bad, guys. I stepped on the cord and it just got reset it.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Hello, everybody. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Dr. Shaquille O'Neal. Our game tonight featuring the Portland Trailblazers as they go up against the Detroit Pistons. This Detroit group has been getting things done. In case you've been under a rock, they've continued their double-digit winning streak with no signs of slowing. A scary, tough team, and they're in full swing. Terry Stotts, in his third stop as a head coach, now with the Blazers, he's become one of the great offensive minds in the NBA over the years.
Excuse me, Ernie, I was sipping on some of that strawberry-flavored Shaq soda. But he has designed offense for a championship team, the Mavs in 2-11. They use a lot of Icy Hot products. I said to myself, man up, Mavs.
Well, is this a personal endorsement for Shaquille O'Neal?
Well, no, but I can clear it through the game.
Okay, well, shout out to 2K.
And Joel.
Okay. Well, I think the one thing about Stotts is he's drawn from the guys that he's worked for or worked with. George Karl, Rick Adelman, Rick Carlisle, all have great offensive philosophies and different, and he's drawn from that.
Yeah, he has. Kevin Harlan, I don't think you're promoting anything, but take it away.
Check for radio, listen.
The Pistons continue their journey as they play an interconference matchup on the road. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Brent Beard. David Aldridge will join us momentarily from the sideline. Back to the road tomorrow, as this is the final game of the Trailblazer homestand. It's an opportunity for them to play in a heated matchup like this, to play your best basketball. These are the games, guys, that show how well you match up against the other great teams in the league.
And for Portland, they had plenty of doubters before the season started, but I can't imagine there's anybody out there that's taking them lightly anymore.
Well, how could you? They're a team that's actually feared at this point, and that is legit. They go into every single game, no matter who's the opponent, and they expect to win.
Playoffs on the horizon, it's a completely different type of game.
Well, the difference, Kevin, really is the fact that you're able to dig so much deeper into what a team does and how effective they are, and then be able to take those things away. That is the test during the playoffs that everybody's up against. Is your next best good enough against our next best?
Even just small moves can make such a difference.
Little tiny adjustments and wrinkles in some of the things that you do can really throw off a team with the way that they're preparing for you and what you're about to bring in terms of the storm the playoffs are.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. On the wings, Caldwell, Pope, and Harris. John Lure's out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Jackson in at the point guard. Offensive rebound. Tries again. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for two.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Pistons shooting their first shots from the free throw line tonight. good on that one.
And with the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge, the Blazers have handed the keys to the franchise over to one Damian Lillard. They've remade their roster with some young talent to complement what it is that he's about as his career moves on.
And he's good on the second. And you look at the free agent acquisitions for the Blazers, a lot of what they call second draft guys, Brent.
Well, a lot of those guys really just needing opportunities, and you have to credit their general manager to watch and scout and see how the fit would be with what Lillard and McCollum are doing on the perimeter. They've done a nice job. He really could time those perfectly. What an assist.
For the Trailblazers, it's been a slow start here. 6-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have one or two breaks to go their way.
Just tell it was a game that they felt they should have won. And those could be the toughest losses to digest when you feel you outplayed your opponent, but still did not come out on top.
Nifty move. And there's the nice layup by Drummond.
And that's exactly what you want. Height mismatch in close leads to the easy layup.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Lillard with no one around. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
There's another way Lillard can beat you off the ball. Great timing on the catch and shoot.
Snatched up. Brewer nails the baby hook. Brewer's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. To the paint. Here's Plumlee. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line. And Mason Plumlee, 6'11", very athletic, but despite that, he's not a big-time rim protector.
No, but he is very mobile, and if he can get his body in front of guys who are attacking the rim, he can certainly be a disturbance in there. You ask the scouts, he's improved quite a bit defensively over the past couple seasons.
And he makes the first.
Well, a former 5-star recruit won a championship in college. Plumlee still finding his way a little bit here in the pros.
And he can't hit the second. Detroit's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Caldwell Pope. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. 6 points for Contavious Caldwell Pope. McCollum against Caldwell Pope. Plumlee with the screen. They set the pick. Lillard, right side. Leonard. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
Well, Myers Leonard drafted out of Illinois. You saw a young, bouncy 7'1" big man, and everyone had him penciled in at the center position. He's proven to be much more comfortable playing on the perimeter as a stretch big, and his three-point shooting, when confident, is a great weapon.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Plumlee. And it's Aminu in for Turner. And you look at that release of Myers Leonard, a little methodical, not exactly a textbook motion, but Brent, it goes in.
Well, here's the thing, Kevin. If a center is guarding you, there's going to be plenty of space and time for you to load up from the three-point line. More than half of his shots coming from three-point.
Now, here is Young. Shot clock at 6. Harris misses.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. Lillard left side. Well, first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Detroit leading by 6. Here's Harris. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. I hear the term glue guy a lot, Brent, in the NBA. Do you think it applied to guys being necessary to make a team a playoff team? to being a good teammate? When you think of glue guy, what does that conjure up in your mind?
Whenever I hear that term, Kevin, I always think about guys on the team who are able to connect the dots between the primary players, the star guys who carry a workload, all the way to what they can connect to with guys on the end of the bench. So if you're talking about a guy in the 6, 7, or 8 slot on your team, they can go up to your star and say, hey, you know what, we need this from you, or you're not giving us that. And then turn around in the very same breath with the same vernacular, go to the 12th man and explain to him what his purpose is with regards to practice and preparing the team and getting them ready for competition. To me, that's a glue guy. It doesn't come about just in a game all of a sudden. This is somebody who, day by day, week by week, and month by month, keeps the team together.
Great explanation. Johnson in the corner. It's Young on the wing. He's guarded by Cram. Morris a screen. Here's Harris. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
And for Detroit, they come in off a good outing against Charlotte.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game.
Way to work, gentlemen. Let's go now. Hustle up. I like what I see out there, fellas. We're playing like we wanted more than them. Remember, you're my Pippen and you're my Jordan. Finish this game like they were.
Get to a point where you're forcing too much, not just letting the opportunities come within the flow of your offense.
And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for the Pistons.
And the long-range game, a staple for them offensively. It's clear they embrace the value of that extra point, and spacing the floor, something they look to do every time they're on the court.
There's a minute left to play in the first. There's the pick. Lillard, right side. Shoots from 14. Some solid defense from Harris.
Look, if they want any shot at winning this game, he has to be better out there.
Offensive rebound. Morris. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Yeah, it looks like the makings of a blowout here, but their task now is to maintain this level of effectiveness and not get sloppy.
Marjanovic, no good.
And as far as jump shots go, that's what you have to continue to try and get.
Yeah, and I know gravity's out there, but not everything is going to fall, even when you set it up perfectly. Yeah, his shot just doesn't seem to be synced up right now. Here's hoping he finds it soon, because his team is really going to need that production tonight.
Let's it fly from 18. Oh, yes, the turnaround. Marjanovic has got his first points of the game.
And they keep going down low with the ball and keep getting positive results.
And for most teams, that's where the high percentages are. No reason to take a tough shot, but you can bull your way into an easy one.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Pistons lead by 15. From Portland, we're back in a moment. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard. He explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
I just don't know that you're going to see a better quarter defensively than what we saw in the first.
Yeah, I just really love that they're playing with their hearts tonight, contesting shots, making their opponent work for every point.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the floor for Portland, Crabbe is out there with McCollum. Then it's Turner. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu, and it's Azili in at the 5 down low. And, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. It's up a 3. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Trailblazers trail by 17. And one thing the Pistons have been doing in recent times is honoring the members of the 2004 championship team. Retired several numbers, and rightly so. Gray, that team was special.
And that 2004 had a great cast of characters, many of whom found a rebirth with the Pistons. That team helped continue the us against the world feeling that the franchise had in the Bad Boys era. Hard to express just how much that team meant to the city of Detroit.
Portland shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
2 shots.
And that one falls for Azili. Brent, when you played, you were known for your passing a point forward. Much of the time, it seems that ball movement has really become paramount for the best offenses in the NBA. Would you agree?
I absolutely agree, and I love the fact that you would classify me as a forward.
You could play
forward,
any position.
Wing.
You could play
wing.
4 positions.
It's a positionless game nowadays,
and
Kevin. I don't know if you've read articles.
And you were positionless in so many ways. Sometimes
the coach positioned me on the bench.
Unjustly. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
With the departure of LaMarcus Aldridge to San Antonio, there's no question who Portland's franchise player is now. It's Damian Lillard, who said, "I am." People say he's not a franchise player, but I didn't make that decision. The franchise did. It's more than being the best player, especially with a young team. You're the example, and the standard is here. Kevin, he doesn't shy away from that responsibility.
No, he's built for it, D.A. Thanks. Kicks it to Drummond. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go, and then force the opponent to do something about it.
And here's McCollum for 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
Well, he knows how to get the shot off at any time on that pick and roll. Natural instincts taking over, and the experience helping McCollum as well.
The feed to Drummond. Harrison and Smith with the assist that time. Drummond's got 5 points so far.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
McCollum outside. Plumlee with the screen. McCollum kicks to Azili, and it's sent back by Drummond. Caldwell Pope outside. Fires from the corner. Can't hit that one. Trailblazers trail by 14. Outside Turner. The shot, no good. And it's Detroit the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. This, of course, the first opportunity to play Portland this season.
An East-West showdown. Only one of 2 games between these squads.
That adds a little extra emphasis to this first matchup, in my opinion, with each team wanting to grab the win and have a chance to sweep the season series the next time they see each other.
2 shots. Last on the first.
They throw good, Lure.
I know there are a lot of parts still coming together for the Blazers, but it seems like they may have found something with the pairing of Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. What a great backcourt.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Festus Ezeli. Myers Leonard comes in for Mason Plumlee. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Evan Turner. And you look at the combination of Lillard and McCollum. Offensively, they are explosive.
Well, I don't think any coach has a problem with having too much scoring or playmaking, especially from the guard position. The question for the Portland Trailblazers as they continue to mature and gain experience is how good and how committed will they be on the defensive end of the floor. And it's okay to watch fundamental basketball from time to time. Created the size mismatch down low and took advantage.
And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Morris with the screen for Young. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He dishes it to Harris. Stolen by McCollum. Swings the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And a little strange for such an exceptional outside shooter. McCollum has been just okay at the free throw line in his young career. That will improve.
And much like Damian Lillard, C.J. McCollum was lightly recruited coming out of high school. Ended up playing, in fact, at a mid-major college, Lehigh University.
Well, he not only started there, he starred there right away. He introduced himself to the nation in March of 2012 with a 30-point performance, stunning Duke in the collegiate postseason tournament. A 15 seed knocking off a 2. That'll draw some attention.
Alan Crabb, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. And a switcher also for Detroit. Marjanovic checked in for John Lure. And so he hits both. Pistons leading by 12. Harris outside. Down low, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And a wide open look for McCollum. That's in there. Davis with the assist. That's 7 points for C.J. McCollum. The Pistons have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. McCollum against Young. Beyond the arc. And Young just drilling the 3 there. Nice look.
And that's the shot that's dropping for Young when he is playing with confidence.
Lillard against Harris. Releases. And the shot is long.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Count that one. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
And Prez is just great at getting his shot over the top of defenders. Even with good defense, he connects.
Harris against Lillard. Jacks up a 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
You really have to guard against his smarts. Knows every angle.
That'll do it for the first half. Pistons ahead, up by 12. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Stan Van Gundy. Coach, a very good first half for you guys. How do you assess the game so far?
Well, our energy was good, our ball movement was good, and it always looks good if the ball goes in and guys are making shots.
That's the name of the game, right, Coach? Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, for that interview, and we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
Keep it up, guys. Give some good momentum. Listen up. We have these guys back on their heels, and now they're playing like they're desperate. Now stay focused, guys. Let's win this game and go home.
Welcome back. Downtown Portland looking spectacular tonight from the air. Such a scenic location here in Oregon. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And what he gives his team, guys, is an edge. He just lights up an arena when he gets it going. And in that first half, young fella had it going.
Yeah, and I think the D had a hand in that. They let him get that confidence going very hard to ice him down once he gets this warm.
Have great leaders on the floor, and Brad, we can talk about some of the things that go into that.
Well, sometimes it doesn't come from the team's leader, but if I think about a team and vocal leader and combine all of those things into one, Chris Paul is a guy who, if you ever watch a Clipper game, he talks more than Doc Rivers.
I would
it's
agree.
The truth.
Well, we see it firsthand courtside.
If Chris Paul could do the pregame interviews with you, Kevin, he would. He just saves it all for the game action.
Checking out the group for Stan Van Gundy to start the second half. Jackson and KCP are in the backcourt together. John Lure's out there with Harris. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. There's the pick. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Now, I don't know if he just lost sight of the lines on the floor, but he seemed perfectly oblivious to where he was on the court, guys.
Pistons leading by 12. Jackson kicks to Harris. It's Drummond, high post. Nice ball movement by Detroit. He gets that one. Jackson's got the first basket of the second half. That one for the Pistons. McCollum with the ball. Guarded now by Jackson. McCollum kicks to Lillard. Leonard sets a screen for McCollum. Oh, good on the three.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Pass to Harris. Lure with it. He has 6. Back to Harris. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Pistons lead by 16.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
McCollum outside from the high post. The shot by Turner, no good.
Ill-advised shot there.
And he knows it. Got locked into scoring mode. Couldn't pull it back.
And the lead's not getting any smaller. Just an incredibly well-rounded performance here on the road.
And there's been a hush all night long with this crowd. You can hear literally a pin drop in the building.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. McCollum's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, after Stephen Curry, Damian Lillard might be the most dangerous three-point shooter in the league at the point guard position. He has unbelievable range and extends that range when he's feeling confident.
Plumlee with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Collum passes to Plumlee. Rebound to Troy. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
And they pick up 2. And you look at Lillard, and Brenny's got the quick release on that three-pointer of his, doesn't he? He can get it up in a hurry.
Well, he's as close to what it is that we see sometimes from Steph Curry with being able to pull up off the dribble with some incredible range. He's worked on his balance and ball handling, and those two aspects really are feeding into everything he's doing offensively. But his offense just has not been there tonight, and he needs to step up his game because there's still time to recover.
Here's Lure, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Trailblazers trail by 20. And Turner kicks to Lillard. That ball, nice speed that time from Turner. Lillard's got 7 points in the game.
Well, the versatility of Lillard there, you try to cut him off on the driving lane, and he'll bury you from mid-range.
Feeds it to Caldwell Pope. Jackson has the open look. The putback, it's good on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 20.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Plumlee with a screen on Caldwell Pope. McCollum dishes to Plumlee. He feeds it to Turner. McCollum passes to Lillard. He tries for 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. A different look now for Portland. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Myers-Leonard. And it's Aminu in for McCollum. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Ish Smith, he's checked in for Lure. Smith kicks to Jackson. 54 seconds left to play in the third. The pass to Drummond. And the run by Ezeli. Over the corner. Inside. That misses off the backboard.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
All instinctual because he knows where he needs to go and then force the opponent to do something about it.
Turner with the steal. Dishes it to Plumlee. Here's Lillard. The 17-footer goes down. He's got 9.
Well, he's a score-first kind of guy, Lillard. You want to construct your defense to try and swarm him to contain him when he has the ball.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
They're looking like a beaten team at this point, letting him get to the basket with such little resistance.
The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. The Pistons on top. They finish off the third quarter on a 14-6 run. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And let's listen to head coach Terry Stotts review the game plan with his guys.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. They've got Festus Ezeli, Damian Lillard out there with Allen Crabbe, and there's Al-Farouq Aminu, and it's Davis at the 4 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. 4 on the shot clock. Young from outside. No good there. Great D that time from Davis. Lillard against Harris. Pass to Crabbe. To the middle, and stolen by Drummond. And now, here comes Young, leading the break. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Young's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Pistons. Portland's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Crabbe kicks to Lillard. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Andre Drummond picks one up.
And embracing his role as the Blazers' foundation moving forward, Damian Lillard has the skill and the character to take that role. He's a lead-by-example type of guy, but he's got a quiet confidence, and he's inclusive of his teammates. That's what makes him special.
That free throw good from Lillard. And Brett, when you look at Damian Lillard, does he remind you of former Finals MVP Chauncey Billups, even just a bit?
I don't know if that's a good comparison just in terms of the physical presence that Chauncey was, but in terms of leading a team and having a commanding presence, boy, Damian Lillard, one of the finer ones in the league.
The free throw's good from Lillard. Well, it's something that we know goes on during play, but is rarely talked about. Brent, did you ever trash talk during a game or get trash talk too?
I heard many things. I pretended not to hear them, Kevin. And the only time that
I can see you start to laugh, though, when you heard stuff.
I did. I found more enjoyment out of it, even though it was something very personal. I still found enjoyment. And the only time that I would talk trash were the times that I got to play against my brother John, because I knew he couldn't handle it.
Yeah, and you knew his soft spots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Brothers always do.
He has plenty.
And Young kicks to Lure. Back to Young. Drummond in the post. Davis is there. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Shoot 2. He misses the free throw. McCollum's checked in for Alan Crabb. And he's good on the second.
Start. Bring it in. Take a seat. Hey, this is what happens when we play our brand of basketball. They cannot stop us. Just keep squeezing that orange juice, gentlemen.
I'm sure he's taking a long look right now at the bench to find some answers.
Trailblazers trail by 18. Leonard with the screen on Harris. Down low, off the pick. And the layup good by Leonard.
Well, you use the mobility and length to your advantage. Leonard right there, an ideal target on the roll.
Detroit's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Harris dishes to Levin. Lets it go from 11. And it's Drummond missing. Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. And it's blocked. And it's out of bounds to Portland. They'll retain possession. Harris is checked in for Levin. Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Collin passes to Lillard. Again, the miss by Lillard.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Harris outside. And it's Lure, top of the key. Lillard against Harris. Plays it in without an inch of room around it.
That one's for you, Mama.
And the Pistons lead by 18.
Well, so polished down low. Prez going to town against the weaker interior defense.
Lillard attacking, using his post move to get the 2 points. Here's Harris. We've got 1:55 left here in the fourth quarter. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Portland. Detroit also making some changes. Contagious Caldwell Pope comes in for Young, and it's Ish Smith in for Harris. Lillard against Smith. Got a piece of it. Beyond the arc. And it's Lillard missing. Pistons leading by 16.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Detroit.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And when it's all said and done here, this will mark their 38th W on the year.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off. And one of the league's truly special talents making his mark. Once again, another great performance for Drummond.
Well, the way he battled down low was just impressive. His rebounding numbers tonight are awesome. They jump off the stat page, and they got full effort from every minute he was on the floor.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. And Portland again with the bucket.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Definitely too late. The time to rally was when the game was in the balance. Now you're just creating highlight reels.
Harris kicks to Caldwell Pope. Passes it to Smith. The dish to Harris. 6 to shoot. No good on the 3. Now, here's Aminu. 3-pointer, Lillard. And it's Lure with the rebound. Smith outside. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So for David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and the whole 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us. See you later.
Hey, yo!
Alright, guys, on the next episode, we'll be going up against the Sacramento Kings. So, yeah, man, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more games. Yeah, man, if y'all enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Trying to post this every day, every week when I have free time. And yeah, man, let me get these practices right quick. Sorry for interrupting the game, man. As soon as I stepped into the court, man, that was crazy.
7, I'm a grilling about you. And I shit on 10 since 10 in the morning. Shooting like a star night, gotta run one bang.
Alright guys, so in the next video, we'll be going up against the Sacramento Kings. Here's alright, so on the next episode, we'll be going up against the Sacramento Kings. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more games before we end the January phase. So we just gotta keep grinding. Even though I'm not getting points, I am getting assists though. But you know, that will be on the next episode. Let me check my minutes right quick. Alright, so I got 22. Justice Young got 21. I got 22, so I'm in front of Justice Young. Alright guys, if y'all enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm post mostly every day, every week when I have free time. And yeah man, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for tomorrow though. Stay tuned for tomorrow after group. Once it comes, yeah, we gonna grind all the way until all the way to nighttime. So that's the limit. And I go to bed at 10:30 now, so that's my bedtime. But yeah, man, sometimes I just be watching YouTube and see what's on YouTube. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe.